Should governments run temples? This question has been haunting South India for a while now, and it has found its way to the Supreme Court too. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has brought back this controversy in focus while campaigning in Telangana this week. Of course, with his own twists and aimed squarely at the Telangana state elections. Targeting the Congress over its Jitni Abadi Utna Haq, rights proportionate to share in the population slogan, Modi said, and I quote, "In the south, especially in Tamil Nadu, the state government has control of temples. The state government has captured temples. The temples are being looted through a conspiracy involving governments. Temples are being looted. Temples are being captured, but they will not touch the worship places of minorities. They don't bring them under government control. Now I ask Congress, if you have given the slogan, Jitni Abadi Utna Haq, this is your principle, this is your mantra, will your allies in the south seize the places of worship of minorities? Will they capture them? Will they bring those properties to the use of public? No, they will not. Allies of the Congress who are ruling Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Telangana, Karnataka all have to give answers." End quote. Free the temples is not a new slogan either in Tamil Nadu or in any other southern states. RSS and affiliates temples activists have been fighting for this cause for decades, and this issue again saw the spotlight when self-styled godman Jaggi Vasudev rigged up the issue last year. It triggered a war of words between him and the current IT minister of the state, Palnivel Thiagarajan. As it has been happening for decades now, the debate cooled off after a while. The HRNC, or the Hindu Religious and Charitable Endowments Law, originated in the British-ruled Madras Presidency in 1925 as the Madras Hindu Religious Endowments Act. Pretty soon its validity was in question. The law underwent several amendments over the decades. In 1959, the Tamil Nadu Hindu Religious and Charitable Endowments Act replaced the board with the Hindu Religious and Charitable Endowments Department led by a commissioner. The commissioner can investigate suspected mismanagement of Hindu public charitable endowments and bring them under state control. After various modifications, the current version of Act governs 38,000 temples in Tamil Nadu. According to Palnivel Thiagarajan, this takeover was to curb the communal chaos. He said, and I quote, "There was no smooth transition from the time of kings and kingdoms to the time of the British rule. So the temples had become cesspools, creating a situation where few were taking advantage of big temples. Whoever was powerful, had influence in a place, could practically control a temple. So there was a need to remove such mafias, regularize and ensure people's legacy is preserved. That is why the law came in the first place." End quote. This takes us to the point of government looting the money of the temples, which again is controversial. At least by law, the HRNCE cannot use the money of temples for anything other than religious purposes, and the department keeps tabs on the accounts. And of course, there are several cases of misuse and corruption which go even as far back as 1925. In fact, in 2021, the Tamil Nadu HRNCE department uploaded details of 3,43,647 acres in its website. This, the department said, was the first phase out of a total of 4,78,272 acres of land identified to belong to the temples in the state. In places like Tamil Nadu and other Indian states, HRNCE acts are all about temple management. Here's the deal. State appointed commissioners and their teams don't actually handle the temple finances directly. Instead, they keep an eye on things. Temple folks need to submit budgets and audits and sometimes get approval for how they use the surplus funds. Palnivel Thiagarajan says that while some may argue that the privatization could be a solution to avoid political influence and fund misuse in temple management, it's not necessarily foolproof. Private parties can also be vulnerable to these issues. The big question is, who gets to decide which third party should be in charge? Ensuring the transparency and accountability in temple affairs is a complex challenge, says the IT Minister PTR. From the perspective of Dravidian politics, which prides itself on its commitment to social justice, government oversight of temples ensure there is no casteism practiced in the running of temples. In Tamil Nadu, for instance, at least one member of the SC or ST communities must be part of the temple's board of trustees. Several such provisions exist in other southern states. On the issues of minorities' place of worship not being taken over by the government, in an interview to the News Minute, Dr. M. Rajendran, historian and author, clarifies that the state Waqf boards primarily oversee properties donated to them, collecting rent, recovering lost properties and other administrative functions. The economics of local mosques are typically managed by the local Jamaat, not Waqf boards. Some Waqf boards also operate educational institutions, select devotees to send for Hajj. However, Advocate Lakshmi Narayanan argues that the powers of Waqf board are similar to HRNCE departments, So claims of preferential treatment to mosques over temples aren't accurate. Subramania Swamy has been fighting the case in the Supreme Court for years now. In fact, PM Modi raising the matter in public has instilled new confidence among temple activists. One such activist is T.R. Ramesh, who has a sizable following in social media, reacted to the PM statement with joy. And I quote, "Finally, Hindus can now hope that the central government will soon ensure through legislation that Hindu citizens of Bharat will no more be denied their fundamental right to administer their temples and charities. Jai Shri Ram." End quote. He posted on his microblogging site X. The debate is not likely to end anytime soon unless the centre decides to act or the Supreme Court gives its verdict.